The little things? The little moments? They aren't little. Jon Kabat-Zinn. Hello, and welcome to the Ancient Wisdom, Modern Mind podcast. And today, I would like to share with you the theory of the observer effect and its effect in mindfulness. In physics, this theory states that the mere observation of a phenomenon inevitably changes that phenomenon. For example, trying to observe an electron will change the path of the electron. A more mundane observer effect can be the result of instruments that by necessity alter the state of what they measure in some manner. For instance, in electronics, ammeters and voltmeters usually need to be connected to the circuit, and so by their very presence affect the current or the voltage they are measuring. Likewise, a standard mercury in glass thermometer must absorb some thermal energy to record a temperature, and therefore changes the temperature of the body which it is measuring. In quantum mechanics, if the outcome of an event has not been observed, it exists in a state of superposition, which is being in all possible states at once. The most famous example is the thought experiment Schrödinger's cat, in which the cat is neither alive nor dead until observed. Until that time, the cat is both alive and dead. So, how does this relate to mindfulness? Mindfulness means paying attention in a particular way, on purpose, in the present moment, and non-judgmentally. This is the often cited definition from author Jon Kabat-Zinn. A similar definition comes from psychologist Scott Bishop, who describes mindfulness as a non-elaborative, non-judgmental, present-centered awareness in which each thought, feeling, and sensation that arises is acknowledged and accepted as it is. And as simple as this may sound, mindfulness transforms how we relate to events and experiences. One could say that it creates a more spacious way of being in the world that is less reactive. For some people, mindfulness is primarily a way to enhance health or performance. For others, mindfulness is a tool for self-exploration. And for yet others, mindfulness is part of a spiritual path, a way to develop insight into the human condition and freedom from suffering. Regardless of the motivation, the observer effect changes the structure and function of the self, as well as changing psychological responses in our character, which suggests that the practice of self-observation has an impact on our mental and emotional personality, which in turn slowly leads us towards a non-judgmental and non-reactive acceptance of experience. In parapsychology, the observer effect refers to the phenomenon that when the person performing the tests expects to get positive results, he does, and likewise when he expects a negative result. Interestingly, in the social sciences, the effect refers to how people change their behavior when it is observed. People often do not behave in their usual manner when aware of being watched, and mindfulness works in the same way. The observer effect works in relation to mindfulness because you are observing yourself. You change your behavior because you are being observed. You react regardless if the observer is yourself or another person. Try this simple exercise. This simple exercise asks you to place your attention on your thumb or finger while cultivating a curious, engaged, and non-judgmental relationship to what you're noticing. Touch your index finger and thumb together. Explore your thumb with the tip of your index finger. What do you notice? Roughness, smoothness, heat, coolness, dryness? Are there thoughts, memories that arise as you continue to explore your thumb? Now explore your index finger with your thumb. Is it the same? Rougher, smoother, hotter, cooler, drier? New thoughts or memories? Did you notice how your attention shifted with each exploration? Were you curious and engaged in trying out the above exercise? Did you notice how you dropped beneath the concept of thumb and index finger into the immediate moment to moment as you felt and experienced these parts of your body? This simple exercise demonstrates the skills of intending when placing your attention on the thumb or finger or anything else. Notice how you changed your thoughts about the thumb and index finger. The observer effect forces this change because you are the mindful observer. Now try this short, 1-minute guided mindful meditation. To start, wherever you are, standing or sitting, allow yourself to tune into the fact that you are breathing, the fact that you are alive, and connecting with at least one internal conscious breath, breathing in and breathing out. And from that conscious connection with at least one breath, you can expand the field of your awareness to the entire body, taking a moment to feel the entirety of the body, and in particular, a sense of groundedness, a connection with the floor or the chair. And then from this place of groundedness, making it the intention to carry this forward into the next moment, no matter what the activity is, a meeting, some other project that you're working on, a phone call, whatever it is. Carry this sense of wakefulness and groundedness into the next moment. Did you notice any change? Did you become more self-aware? When we practice mindfulness, we pay attention to ourselves, and this observation inevitably changes us. We become more aware, more self-actualized. We unconsciously police ourselves. We have a natural instinct or desire to create a good impression, even if the observer is ourselves. So that's it for now. I've enjoyed sharing the observer effect with you, and I encourage you to explore and learn about yourself, and to continue your journey. And if you have the time, let me know in the comments about your understanding of mindfulness and how the observer effect has changed your life. And if you like the podcast, I would like to also take a moment to remind you to subscribe to this channel or sign up to the newsletter if you would like to be notified when I release new content. And if you would like to support my work, then you can download the podcast for a small supporter's remuneration. Links are in the description. Here's to you and your fulfillment and growth into every tomorrow to come.